Lights ahead of the drivers to begin another sprint weekend, and the first one here in Spa. Lights out. We're racing here in Belgium. Good start by Tim. Good start by the Ferrari. A little bit shaky there by the Alpine in P3. He might be put under pressure by Walker down the inside. Walker sends it down into P3. He's ghosted, and he'll be able to fight his way up. There's a bit of contact there in the background, but the front two seem pretty stable. It's Michael who gets a better exit than Walker going towards the hill. And it's going to be Tim, followed by Browners, followed by Michael. And I think Walker gets up a position there. The Alpine dropping down two off that start. Builderholic staying with them as well. Mercedes looking quick. Ferrari looking quick. There's an Alpine there with them. On the straight, who's got the better straight line speed? It is the Alpine finding his way down the inside of Walker. Brown is getting past Tim at the front there. Now the change in the lead. Onto the straight now, and the gap between 4 and 5 is over a second. And Walker doesn't find that 3/10 in very, very short time. He won't be getting DRS. And here comes, it looks like an Alpine. Saab trying to get down the inside of Michael. Oh, he locked his rears! And that's unfortunate for the Alpine, who spins his way down. And I think he might rejoin behind the V-Cobs. And I think he will, down in P9. That's really unfortunate for such a strong start in qualifying. And he's going to stay where he is. Pistol Peter and Cheesy Balls going wheel to wheel. The Alpine tries to push his way through the middle of them. And it's a bit of a collision. Round the Alpine goes. And I think we all saw that coming. Just too aggressive. And he rushed it. And that's what happens. The order stays the same. Brown is leading. This Tim going to be able to change that on the straight. Both of them burning. DRS for the Sauber. Tim retakes the lead behind Jeremy, who's had an unbelievable first few laps. And with DRS, he's up to P4. What a start for the Red Bull.
Walker gets that move done on P4 pistol, picking up a penalty as well. So Walker gets the move done up into P4, and there's some drama down at the back. Crispy Cheese Balls is off. Parasol is also off. I think there's a little bit of a collision there.
I've seen a contact overhead as well, 5 and 6. That's Bloop and Jeremy. Bit of contact there. Jeremy dropped down behind Bloop. Will that show? Will the pace advantage show at the end? Oh, there's a car off at the back, and that is the Haas of Gentige, and he has spun himself. That is a unfortunate unforced error, and off the track again. That's another one, and that's Arthur in the McLaren just understeering into the gravel.
As Crispy Cheese just comes out.
Pistol Peter trying to get down the inside. Dan trying to defend it. Pistol Peter chucks it down the inside of Lacombe. Great move by Peter, who knows that 3 second is going to be detrimental. He needs to escape. He needs to run away from the Mercedes if he intends to take a top 5 here.
Oh, that was Michael. Oh, was that Michael?
No, it wasn't. Brownest. And Brownest, who looked like he was going to be leading the race, has made a mistake. And here comes Michael to pick up the pieces. Going through Blanchimont. They're going to be very close, wheel to wheel. Michael takes P2 over the grass. In Spirits goes Tim. I think Brownest is still going to scrap it down the inside. And no, he's not. He's going to back out of it. Where is Tim? Let's have a look. Changing his tyres now. Heading on to the soft tyres. He's going to be quick at this later stages of the race. Michael, can he take the lead? Could Mercedes be chasing down their first sprint win in a long time? It doesn't look like they are. Tim out of the pit lane ahead.
Just before the DRS straight, getting past Jeremy on slightly fresher medium tyres. And here comes Throne Globe straight down through the middle of them.
That got close. Oh, and the McLaren's trying to force him a bit too wide, and all the way wide. It's forced him to cut the corner. That was messy. And I don't think that was legal by the McLaren. It certainly wasn't legal by the Aston Martin. Just swinging in front of the Red Bull there. They are just about scrapping for the 1 point. If they can get into that scrap for P10. Round the outside goes Alamata. What a move by Alamata, who swings it around the outside. Bovke drops it on his own, and it's bad news for Haas on both sides of the garage. But that was a brilliant move by Alamata, who swung it around the outside of turn 13. Battery on already, early before Radion, burning all the way down the straight. Here comes Brownest Buns. He's chasing down the Mercedes, pulls to the outside. Will he get the position done? Michael tries to defend it. Brownest takes P2 as it stands. But can he hold off the Mercedes attacks for the remainder of the lap? We've still got a while to go.
As we come down into the bus stop chicane, the sprint winner is pretty much confirmed unless something drastic happens and he's weaving side by side. He knows he's won. Tim crosses the line in P1. He will start at the front of the grid for the race, followed by Brownest. Unfortunately for Michael, P3, but he has gained the position. So I'm sure he's very happy with himself on that front. Let me just get the position changes up. Pretty much everyone has gained a position apart from Throne Globe. I mean, X-Bolt Slinger started last and finished P11. So props out to him. He's probably either of the
Bolton could actually get it. He's 1/10 away from getting P10. Is he going to get it off the line? He got it!
Oh, he did!
Oh! Bolt Slinger, how was the gap? Half a tenth of a second. Lights ahead of the drivers here for the feature race. It's wet in Belgium. Tim on pole, a Ferrari beside him. The lights are out. We were racing slowly here in Spa. Very, very careful start by Michael, who gets a good exit. Trying to get down the inside of Tim. Going to get the inside of the Ferrari as well. He can't. Brownis round the outside. Takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Then it's Tim. Then Michael. Dan's done had a good start as well. Pistol P is on track in the background. Mercedes. Look at them go. They're up to 3 and 4. It's going to be Bloop, who's managed to get past Walker there, who drops down to P6. Very, very skittish. Going up the hill. Tim, a little bit off his line as well. Can he make a move here on Brownis? Going down the straight. I think Michael's having a little look. Down the straight he goes. Could he knock Tim, who dominated the sprint off P2? No, he can't quite. Defending going on in the background as well. Bit of damage in the background, I think, as well. Bit of contact as Jeremy gets past Walker as well. Walker to promote it down to P7. So slippery through this early section of the track. And you can still see the drivers are struggling as they head down through turn 10. Oh, and there's a spin! Oh, and just a bit of a rear lock there by Bloop. Drops it behind Jeremy. Once again, has a good start, a good opening few laps. This gets getting bigger. It's difficult to see through the spray. You can imagine what it's like for the drivers. I've just seen someone smash into a polystyrene board in the background there as well. And, oh, someone rear-ended! And Bloop rear-ends the Mercedes, and that almost spins Walker around. The two V-Cubs getting pushed off track. Pistol pushes his teammate off track, and is sliding all over the place. So really unfortunate by Walker.
First penalty of the race already.
Yeah. And Walker gets down the inside of Parasol, who's squirrely all over the curb. Not too much room. Taps the inside or the outside of a V-Carb as they go up the hill. Both of them gets through. And they're slowly coming up the order, aren't they, V-Carb? And they see Brewdog.
Off.
Oh, Walker having a little slip there. It's down to P11. It's P12 on the cars there. You can see behind. Sab's definitely got damage, but here comes the Aston Martin of Brewdog trying to find his way through. Good positioning there by Walker, who defends him off. Going towards the comp. Brewdog's going to try and send it, forcing him all the way deep. Good defence there by Walker, who holds his line, holds his position. Sab's been kind of shoved out the way there. And I will remind you, in the feature race, we score down to P15. These guys are all scoring. These guys are all chasing down some points. A little bit wide there by Brewdog. Sab trying to get down the inside. He has got wing damage. Yes, missing an end plate. That's not going to be great for Alpine. Bit of contact on the outside, and that's going to send him into the gravel. Can he rejoin carefully? And he can. Bolsinger gets through and taps him into the wall with that. Completes the race for the Alpine, who drops down to P17. Up at the front, that's Bloop who gets around the outside of Dan through turn 13. Really good control there by the McLaren. Who I say that, and he goes wide, and Dan gets back through again. Nicely done.
This is going to be completely unknown to them as Dan is going side by side with the McLaren round that fast corner.
Good help, well held. Good catch. Walker's looking for a move here, I think. He's trying to close in on Dutch Booster. Looks for the outside of Bus Stop. How brave will he be on the brakes? Not quite brave enough to get himself wheel to wheel. And the driver's hold position. They have been slowly reeling in Parasaur as well. There's a chance for a higher position as well. Brewdog picks himself up a penalty. That's P11 as there we go on the exit. Walker gets through.
Inside into the chicane. They're going to go wheel to wheel down into the corner, and he's got the move done.
And behind as well, Pistol Pia. Pistol Pia set it at the same place as well. Trying to put on a show behind us. Was a bit of an attention.
And they're still battling side by side, and the McLaren just holds on. So fair play to the McLaren.
When you've gapped the field a little bit when you're in your own personal space, it's all about consistency. One person who doesn't want to be consistent here is Dan Tucker, closing in on the back of Jeremy, pulls to the inside of Lecomte. He is wheel to wheel. He will be later on the brakes. The Red Bull is later on the brakes. The Mercedes is later in the second section of the track, and he managed to yeet it down the inside. He broke earlier, but then carried on.
Potentially, maybe not moving up. As Jeremy gets past Dan. There is
great
exit. Getting a little bit squirrely on the exit.
Road Globes in the pits. Is he going for slicks? Is he going for inters? Hopefully it's slicks. Very early for slicks. I mean, the championship leader, he needs to throw something random in the works and just hope it falls his way. So Own Globe is on the medium tyres. The first one onto the slicks. And yellow flags. That's Brownist! The race leader's off! And he's got a broken wing as well! Brownist Sponge rejoins the track with only half a wing missing. Sliding all over the place. And that's going to allow Michael to get through. It's going to allow Bloop to get through. And that was a spin in quali, a spin in the sprint race, and Bloop's trying to get down the inside of Pouon on the Mercedes. Trying to get on the exit. They're going to stay wheel to wheel. Bloop, is he nearly there? There's yellow flags. And I think there's a DNF on track. The Bloop comes going to come out. Peter Bloop spun it. Bloop spun it on the pit exit. Oh no, after all of that. And he's hit the wall as well.
Not for long, as McLaren looking to fight back against the Haas. This is for position 14. So one of the last couple of scoring points is Buildaholic. Gets overtaken by Brownist Buns. The Ferrari finally making that move up into the
Has he got the pace to close down Jeremy, who looks to be not quite as quick as he is on the wet as he is in the dry. Now position's at risk. Brownless has got no pens as well, so he is still in a position to get a good result. Oh, I say that, I need to get squirrely again where he dropped the car previously. And that's going to allow Dan to get back through again. And there's Bloop who gets past Michael on the exit.
Oh, he's gone!
Oh! And another mistake from McLaren. And that sends him into the gravel. Will he rejoin unsafely? No, he will. Oh, that looked quite unsafe.
Brownest has got DRS on Jeremy coming down the main straight. He's got no ERS. Should be an easy overtake. Pulls to the right-hand side. Gets the move done. Jeremy down
Walker as well.
Walker.
Trying to get around the outside. You need to remember that the McLaren's going to understeer. He absolutely understeers all the way off track. Walker, can he hold it? He absolutely can. Nicely done. You've got to remember, when you have no wing, the guy ahead's going to understeer a lot. Here we go. Battery on again. He's going to try again. He's going to go for the outside of the inside this time. DRS open. He's out of battery. That's going to be a disadvantage. He pulls to the inside. Bloop makes it a late move. And that is illegal blocking. That might be reported. But Walker go for it down the inside. Yes, he absolutely will. Bloop's going to try and defend it. Bit of a tap. Tries to regain the position off track. And he can't. And the Verstappen and McLaren cut the corner, gets himself a penalty, trying to hold on. And if you ask me, that's absolutely deserved.
Yeah, I agree.
The man who dominated qualifying by 7/10 of a second, dominated the race, and I believe he's pushing for another fastest lap as well. The Division 4 doors are wide and cooling for Tim, who slips into the final chicane, makes a mistake, but he still gets fastest lap. Tim wins it for Sauber. It's another result, and his fastest lap for again as well. Nearly a Grand Slam, and he's gone for it again. Tim wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Michael comes around the final corner. He's another podium for Mercedes. And here comes the Scuderia. It's going to be Brownish Barnes who takes home P3. Walker, who's going to take home P4. Jeremy 5. I think it's Dan. Can we have to chuck anything into Bloop's face? Into the chicane. Bloop moves very late. Dan down the inside. He's going to try it. Spins Bloop. Going through the chicane. And that did not look legal from Bloop, who looked like he moved again to the right-hand side. It may be a collection of penalties heading towards the McLaren. I'm pretty sure that Dan is going to finish 6th. Pistol Peter at this rate might actually finish 7th. Despite being 14 seconds behind. And many, many penalties. Wolfke jumps him up to P8. Nicely done by the Haas. Parasol rounds off the top 10. Very well done by the Williams, to be fair. Dutch Booster 11. Throwing Globe championship leader. Can only do good enough for P12. His championship is for sure at risk at this stage in the season. Brewdog takes home a P13. Gentige will be in P14. And the McLaren of Arthur will score a point on his debut. While he hasn't been getting the most screen time of all the drivers, he will take home a point, and that point will be valued, I'm sure, by McLaren. Bolt Slinger, after such a fantastic sprint, knocking the championship leader out of the points in the very dying stages, returns to dead last. It's only P16 for the Red Bull.